We're happy to have Donal Ryan with us at Diogenes today. His debut novel, The Thing About December, will be published in spring at Diogenes. Tell us something about your life before your two novels were published.
There's really very little to tell. I had a very boring life. I was a civil servant, which is pretty much the essence of boredom. Although I really liked it. I loved being a civil servant.
Civil servant where? Can you tell me?
Yeah, I worked for the Department of the Environment and the Department of I can't remember. Oh, Enterprise. I almost forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's too long ago.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
yeah.
And so I wrote the thing about December, Die Sache mit dem Dezember, in 2008, and it was the first thing I ever wrote that I felt happy with. So, and largely because my wife told me it was good. I couldn't see it myself.
Okay.
But it was after 20 years of trying to write a novel that I finally got to, to the end of one. So it felt great.
Okay. So you didn't write anything before?
Yes, I did.
So yes, you did. Yeah. Tell us what happened to these.
Mostly I burnt them. Everything I wrote, I burnt. But my dad apparently has an unofficial archive of my early work in the attic of my parents' house.
Okay.
That I can't go near because I'm scared of spiders, and there are a lot of spiders in their attic.
Okay. Let us talk a little bit about The Thing About December, because this is the book we all have read, and I think I speak for all of us that Johnsey's story left us deeply touched and left me heartbroken. And how did this tale find you, or how did you come up with a character like
Actually, it's funny with Johnsey. Johnsey was a very peripheral character in a novel that I wrote in my 20s. That when I wrote it, I thought it was okay, and then I reread it and thought it was terrible, and I thought I destroyed every copy of it. But one copy showed up on a hard drive that I gave to my mother-in-law
wow.
for a loan, and I read it again and thought, I could rewrite this novel and it could be okay. And Johnsey was a very kind of he had a very small part to play in the novel. But I just happened to start rewriting a chapter that featured Johnsey, and all of a sudden this character kind of came to life, and I could see his face and hear his voice, and I kind of knew everything about him. I could almost smell him. It was he took a corporeal form in my mind, yeah. And I kind of became him as I wrote as well.
Whoa!
Yeah, and I got really upset.
Good.
No,
and regarding the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny because I was talking to a French novelist about this, and she said, "No, that's impossible. You can't write a novel in that manner. You have to be dispassionate. You have to be completely objective, and you have to float above your narrative and cast a cold eye downwards upon it." And I think, to an extent, she's probably right. It's probably not the healthiest way to write a novel.
Yeah,
but I did. I became
for you. But
yeah,
I mean, the outcome was great. So.
Yeah, luckily it worked out, and I actually got to the end of it without kind of feeling so sick that I couldn't go on.
Okay, but I think exhausted, a bit emotionally exhausted.
A little bit right. I think I kind of went a bit mad writing it. Yeah.
A little bit mad. Okay, so can you tell us who is your first reader?
My wife.
She is.
Yeah. She reads everything that I write. Sometimes as I write it, actually, and I rely very heavily on her opinion. And actually, I've started to do this thing lately where I watch her facial expression as she reads. And I invest all my own thoughts and the merit of my own work in the expression on her face as she reads.
Wow. Which
it mightn't be the best idea, because if she ever leaves me, I'm in big trouble. So hopefully she won't.
She won't, hopefully, right.
Yeah.
And is there, I mean, you told us there was this novel in your 20s where Johnsey appeared, but are there any role models, any actual persons you drafted Johnsey?
Yeah, there are loads actually. Because I'm from Tipperary. I'm from a rural part of North Tipperary in Ireland, but it's the same everywhere in the world. There are loads of people like Johnsey, who are almost completely silent. Because I think in the book there are maybe only 4 or 5 lines of actual spoken dialogue from Johnsey. It's all an interior monologue for most of the book. But I knew guys like that in school, and I still do, and I had loads of starting off points for Johnsey. Guys who were lonely and alone, and not really properly equipped to deal with the world, with the hardness and coldness in the world, that are soft, that were kind of cosseted and protected very much by their parents.
Yeah. Okay. So he had many models, and is there a model for Mumbly Dave? I mean, the character, it's the funniest character in the book, yeah.
There are as many Mumbly Daves in Ireland as there are Johnseys, really,
So you have the silent
Yeah.
The very silent ones and the very talkative ones.
But the thing is, I mean, they're actually very similar characters. Mumbly Dave is kind of, he's effusive and he's talking all the time and he's loud and brash.
Yeah.
But he's saying very little.
Yeah.
And he's almost as silent as Johnsey in a way, you know, because...
Yeah, of course, because he didn't say a thing, just
yes.
talking. Yeah.
Yes, and he's using it as kind of a defence mechanism against the world, I think, in his own shyness.
Yeah, you did show that beautifully in the book, yeah. I understood it.
Oh, thanks,
exactly
it's nice to hear.
That. Yeah. Of course, we are a little bit curious. Are you writing, actually? And do you mind telling us a little bit
about
why you're writing?
I just finished a short story collection that's due to be published in Ireland and the UK next autumn, I think. And I'm kind of in the middle of writing 2 novels as well.
2 novels?
Yeah, I started writing them at the same time, and it sounds crazy, but it started to work, you know, that I could change from one to the other fairly easily. But one of them is due in to the publishers in the UK and Ireland next June, so I have to concentrate on that from January on. You know, it's going to be my kind of my main occupation will be finishing that novel.
And will we meet Johnsey again, or any of his
Oh
followers?
yeah, actually, yeah. Well, not Johnsey.
Johnsey,
but,
yeah. Don't give it away.
No. Oh, you have to leave that part.
Yeah.
Lots of the characters from The Spinning Heart actually appear in the short stories.
Okay.
Yeah, like Bobby Mahan crops up a few times, and Jim Gilday and a few more.
Right. Thank you. Finished?
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.